Hello, so these are my audience members, Jessica, Allegra, and Sarah. Captivity has been a controversial subject since we started bringing animals into captivity, into captive care, managed care, whatever people coin it as. One way that we can solve this unrest about what animals in captivity are actually dealing with is by educating them about how zoos function inside and out and how they help animals that are both captive inside of zoos and wild in their natural environment. For one, we can compare how zoos functioned in the past compared to the present. For example, in the past, zoos were usually stainless steel and concrete floors, so they were very easy to clean. It was mostly meant for the keepers and the humans to enjoy, and not so much for the animals to thrive and be healthy. Whereas in the present, animals are kept in very large exhibits, very large enclosures, where you're trying to mimic their natural environment as much as possible and their natural diet as much as possible, along with getting them the best veterinary care. That way they can have the highest quality of life for the longest time possible. Another way that zoos can help animals is through conservation. One very important example of conservation is the California condor. In 1982, there were 23 California condors left in the entire world. We captured these wild animals and brought them into captivity and put them into a breeding program. And now, thanks to that breeding program, there are now over 500 condors, both in the wild and in captivity. And in 2008, we broke a very large milestone of having more condors in the wild than in captivity, which is very, very important. That means that they are thriving and breeding on their own out in the wild without our help. Another way that zoos help both captive and wild animals is when wild animals get injured, they need special attention, special veterinary care, and sometimes if they were left on their own in the wild, they would die. Say a bird that's broken its wing and can no longer fly to catch its food, or a lion that has had an eye injury, so now it can't properly see, can't properly hunt. These types of animals zoos will take in and treat to the best of their ability, and the end goal is to be able to release them back into the wild, so that way they can continue being wild animals since that's how they were raised. However, there are some animals that simply cannot survive on their own in the wild after these injuries, and so zoos take them in, put them into these very lush exhibits that try to mimic their natural environment and try to bring out natural behaviors, while also providing very good veterinary care. That way they can live out their full lifespan, even though in the wild they wouldn't normally do so. And this is my note card.